Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Boss Mac of BackToGaming.com, back with another unboxing of another C270 motherboard. This time around we have the SuperMicro SuperO C7Z270-CG, and yes, it is a mouthful to pronounce, but it's really special thing right here because this is the first time we'll be doing reviewing anything from SuperMicro. I have been checking them out in the past few years. They've been doing a lot of server boards, so it's really great to see them touch on the more mainstream consumer market, particularly gaming, because everyone wants that piece of the gaming pie. So moving right along, there we have the motherboard, but first off, we'll take a look at the packaging right here, and here we have the C7Z270-CG motherboard. I will be doing that a lot in this video. I'll be pronouncing it super long. Anyways, going right back, we have the packaging right here. There is a sleeve on top of the packaging right there, which has little cutouts, so just a design cue. So moving right along, we have a blank side on the sleeve, model name, blank, and model name right there. We have details on the different sections of the motherboards, and removing the sleeve, we have the actual packaging right there with more feature details. So a lot of you have been commenting that we don't talk about the features, or I'm not being serious about the details that's written in the box. Basically, this is just pure marketing and we don't really care about what's written there. If you want to check those out, they are present in the board website, and if you need a link, we usually link this to our full review, so you can check those out in more detail, where I'm a little bit more serious. But moving right along, I will put this motherboard aside so we can check out what's inside the box. And there it is, the C7Z270-CG motherboard, and it says right there the slogan, server quality, built for gaming. And yeah, I haven't touched any SuperMicro board, so I'm really itching to see how this performs. And okay, so here's what's inside. We have a static bag for the motherboard. Cute little feature, I mean nifty little feature. It has an adhesive flap. It's really nice if you like to reuse those. There is a foam, and here is the manual in multiple languages. So it's not really an extensive manual, just a quick reference guide. Shows you which part is which, how to install something, etc., etc. Do take a look at that. Anyways, moving right along, let me show you how this is done inside. So there are like compartments in here which holds the inclusions of the box. There's no separate compartment for these cables. So there is the disc, the I/O shield. There's your I/O shield done in black right there. And let's put that on the side, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cables right there. So these are SATA cables. Let's take a look at one. These are resealable plastic bags, which look like trash bags actually. I don't like that, but yeah, such a waste of plastic. So yeah, red SATA cables right there, 4 of them. And what we have right here is a SLI cable right there. And moving right along, we have nothing more. So installation disc is right there. So let's get on to the motherboard itself, and here we go with this C7Z270-CG motherboard from SuperMicro. So as you can see, it is done in black with green trims. So yes, it does remind me of the older G1 Sniper from Gigabyte, which they don't really use on their high-end boards right now. You can check out our review of the new motherboards from Gigabyte. I'll put a link up in the description. And this is the new one from SuperMicro, the SuperO C7Z270-CG motherboard. There's actually 2 high-end motherboards for SuperMicro. This one is the CG, and the other one is the PG. The difference is that one is done in black with some different styling on the heatsink, and it has I think more PCIe X16. I think 4. This has 3 full X16 slots. That one has 4, and it will run at I think full X8 on all 4 slots. So you can populate that with, I think, more cards if you're going that route with your GPUs. So going right back, let's talk about how this motherboard looks. So yeah, super clean right there. I'm really digging the contrast. The green is really nice. It's not bright. It's not bland. Really nice touch of green. And well, you note right there, the artwork on the I/O shield is not molded, and it is not a sticker. The same goes for the heatsink and the PCH heatsink right here. These are molded. I mean, these are painted on the plastic. So these are not molded. There's no tooling going on in this I/O shroud. And yeah, basically that's it for the the accent painting. Really digging how they did the artwork on the heatsink right here. SuperO, the logo just really pops, stands out. And yeah, that's just me. I don't know if that flies with you, but yeah, looks really cool for me. So checking out the other section, let's check out the CPU section of the motherboard. So first off, I don't know if you guys noted, but there are capacitors right here, and that's a concern for me because sometimes I will use some really large coolers will have like special retentions right here, and so these are lower cap, so they are the same size. I don't know if you can see that. They're basically the same height as the CPU slot. But yeah, once you remove this, it probably will be a little bit larger. So if you put some retention coolers, will probably have like clearance issues with this. So I don't know. I'm not sure what possible conflicts that may arise with the capacitor placement, but let me see if I can find one right here. Some retention brackets for AIO, I think they will clear because they will just pop the screws through here and just mount over those. But some of the tower coolers I've seen, they may have clearance issues with these, so do check that first. Anyways, going right back, we have 4 DIMM slots, so the spacing here is a little bit off. So yeah, right, there's a little bit more space here than these two. So I tried putting 2 of my Trident memories in these 2 slots, and it's really hard fit. Like the heatsink on the memory, they just rub up on each other, really tight fit. So yeah, if you've got really fat memories like the Evo X from Giel, that could be a problem if you're using like up to 4. Like on these 3 that's fine, but on the first 2 slots it might be an issue, so do check that out. So on the top right top right corner, we have the power button and the reset button, and this I think is the clear CMOS. It says right there in the PCB. And we have fan headers right here. And moving on, we have the the power right there. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 out of 3 slots right there, and it's really nifty. They actually did away with SATA Express and just slammed like 2 U.2 connectors. Not a lot of folks may not be able to have access to. Let me show you guys this kind of hard drive. So this is an Intel SSD 750, which uses a U.2 connector. So a U.2 connector is this. So this SSD came with this cable. So this is what a U.2 connector is. And this connects to this. And these things are really fast. I think I can get like for these 400 gigabyte model, I get around 2,800 read speed. So I'm not too sure how it performs now. It's been a while since I used this, but yeah, it's really sick. It's really sick, really fast. Looking forward to the new Optane SSDs that will be coming out in the future. So moving right along, we have a debug readout right there. So we got it posts boot code right there. So we got problem with the motherboard. We'll show codes right there that you can refer to and troubleshoot your problem, memory issues, stuff like that. We have the headers right here, nothing really special. And got, like I said, we have three X16 slot. This will operate at up to X16, the first one. And if you populate it with 3 cards, it will run at X8, X4, and X4. So with most of the cards from NVIDIA, AMD, just mostly they're promoting them with as dual GPUs. I think 2 GPUs would be fine. Third one just for physics or whatever extra card you may need. For me, dual GPU is fine. So moving right along. Oh, by the way, to mention, there is a built-in speaker right there. And okay, so moving right along, we have 2 M.2 slot. This operate at X4 speed, so yeah, 32 gigabit memory, which is really nice, modern standard right now. We have the audio area right here. There's like, it's actually illuminated right here. So just to add like extra lights, you know, it's really the modern stuff gamer. Anyway, so this board uses an ALC 1150, so really old stuff. Not that impressive. It's on the more, I think it's popular with many other motherboards in the market right now. But yeah, so one thing I have to point out, in the box they show gold capacitors. So I'm guessing those are Nichigan capacitors, and this one, it has ELNA capacitors. So I'm not sure if there are like a first release of this motherboard. I got this pre-release, so this is probably a production sample already. So probably in the prototype they used Nichigan capacitor to change it. So yeah, right there. If you're picky about sound, the ALC 1150 itself isn't really too good. So if you're really like want audiophile grade, you'd get a decent sound card to replace the audio. That's how I do. But, oh wait, anyways, moving right along, we have the I/O ports right here, which we'll go through. We have the audio ports. These are USB 3.1, so a Type A and Type C, and these are USB 3.0. Got your Intel i219V Ethernet right there, DVI, DisplayPort, HDMI, and USB 2.0, and a legacy PS2 port right there. And here is the ATX auxiliary power port. And I think that's pretty much it for the layout of the SuperO C7Z270-CG motherboard. So we checked this motherboard out already, and it comes with the first BIOS version. So I've checked out the website; they have not updated yet, but it's really cool how they set the BIOS. It really tweaked it. Like, I'm running an Intel Kaby Lake i7 7700K, so I'm not sure if it applies to retail. That's why I have not been releasing performance numbers with these overviews. But for this motherboard, I will share that it runs, I think, at around 1.16, 1.19 volts at 44.5 gigahertz, which is really low. Most of the motherboards that we've reviewed before, we've gotten around 1.28, 1.29. Some boards like the Aorus Gaming 9, it will run at 1.32, which is really high. So kudos to SuperMicro for really pushing a good amount of voltage where their stock bias right there. So that really resulted in very good numbers. Like, it was super stable. That the bias itself is it could use a little work. It needs a real refining, but overclocking this motherboard is really easy. Like but I really appreciate how they tweak the default bias already. The settings for the i7 is really good. I think I got it around the highest on our cooler. We're using a 360 rad cooler, 360 rad AIO, so we got around a peak temperature with an ambient. The ambient room temperature here is 25 degrees Celsius, so we got around peak core temperature of around 60 degrees. 64, I think, was the highest in a single core, so that was really nice. The highest we got on the other boards that ran 1.3, 1.32, I think we got around 90, 92. It's really bad. There had to be some tweaks. So I'm still waiting on my retail processor to test out with this board so I can release performance numbers. Anyways, yeah, I'm really feeling this board. The looks itself, it's not really something you put on a rig show, but hey, it's your motherboard. Display it however you like. You can like just sand this off and create your own artwork. But for me, yeah, it just looks really nice as it is. And the features are there. You can just pop in 2 cards. Like I got 2 1080s. Like I don't care what my board, I mean my system really looks like. I just want super stable, like it's super quality. I mean, I tested this in a stress test for like I think 24 hours on IDA, and I was really impressed by how much it. There was no error on 1 point something, 1.1 something. That's actually way below. I would usually just undervolt the processor on the other boards. Like I know it's possible, but them going that length, like already including it, really impressive. So the only problem we've had with this motherboard is memory support. So right now, beside the problem that I mentioned before, like I can't fit 2 thick memories right here, I only was able to run a DDR4 3200 memory on 1 slot. So running them in dual channel, it would not boot. It would just error out and just restart over and over again. So there is no BIOS update right now. I tried communicating with SuperMicro about that, but a BIOS update should be in order. They have not released one yet as of the making of this video. So we will be checking out this motherboard in full in our review. I will put a link in the description. So that is it for our unboxing and overview of the SuperMicro SuperO C7Z270-CG motherboard. It's really cool looking motherboard. I like it. So what do you call this? So retro, because it looks like my first gaming motherboard. Anyways, this has been Boss Mac of BackToGaming.com. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe. Peace.